My long-term project in life is to put together my work in the way I'm seeing the world, of presenting a visual lexicon that's mine, a way of seeing, if you may. Initially, I showed that work. It was called Between Me and I. It was my long-term work on color. It's still going on. Hopefully, it'll be one of the color epitaph of my work. And there's another black and white work that I'm doing, roughly called In a Hurry to Nowhere just now. That's just a working title, which is again my journey as a photographer, just putting together life as the way I see it, not necessarily looking for larger meanings. It's been like news, documentary, advertising, and personal work, so multiple genres. Maybe this whole multi-genre approach in photography that even Dad, later on last 10 years, was doing corporate work and fashion work with equal aplomb, So I think that is something when I analyze now my life of 30 years of photography, I said, maybe, you know what, it's something that is, we can hold up as the Parekh flag, that, that we dabbled in all kinds of photography and did pretty all right in all the genres. I always hide behind this one beautiful, comforting line by Eggleston, and it says that, that the problem about photography and words, and then there is a long pause, they have nothing to do with each other. And so I said, that's a line I could live with. There are images which I don't think you can easily decode, and say, okay, this image that Swapan Parekh has shot is about this. It's definitely about his way of seeing, but if you just say that, okay, make it in an object and tell me what you think about this, I think I'll be foolish because that's not my intent. The internet and social media is great to share, but as a medium, as a person who's seen beautiful tangibility of photography, to me, as a photographer, I could never let that go. And tangibility, whether it's a print or it's a book, it's something will stay after you're gone. What's your legacy? Otherwise, you're just talking of ones and zeros is what your legacy is. Whenever I'm talking about photography or doing a workshop, that's the first thing I tell people, you've made love. Making love to a computer screen versus touching someone. It's a huge difference. It's the same. You need the physical aspects of photography are so important because that will really show you where you are, what a good print is, how a great book looks. And it just somehow formalizes what you've done and shows you, even though you may not want to be called a craftsman, that it's a medium which also requires a great craft. Craft has taken such a big backseat just because of the whole, holding the reins by people who are really not photographers themselves. They say, what, use this app, do that. It's all fine, use it to your advantage, but at least take photography forward from where it's come, you need to, a good print is still a good print. I honestly enjoy a pure visuality of the medium. And that's what I was in for, and that's why probably I did not want to continue in photojournalism, because I said, I don't want to pretend to be a concerned photographer. My only concern is a good image, what matters to me visually, so there's always people who are trying to be pretentious and saying, oh, this is our larger cause, this is what we're doing. And this whole thing about cliches in photography, or a photograph is worth more than 1,000 words. And I say it's just turned around. Now it's become like 1,000, it's 1,000 words worth more than a picture it's become, because it's just endless contextualization going. And then you see the image and I say, do I call myself a photographer when I see this? So I think that just tables are being reversed, and somehow, somewhere I'm saying, are we losing the experience of photography just because we need to push it into a space where we are told that make something rare, then you'll be considered an artist. When I'm doing my work, I really don't look at this angle of how do I make it sound larger than what my sole purpose of really just enjoying creating a photograph, however simplistic it sounds. But I'd be lying if I say something else. So these sociological angles and these angles where how it's affecting our culture and this, and it's honestly, I don't think I am part of that India, right? I am a photographer who happens to be Indian. A lot of my work has been shot abroad. I don't title it, so probably people won't know. So to me, it's obviously the whole world is I'm a world citizen as far as my photography is concerned.